But first, we have to get to some breaking news we're following in Southeast D.C.
Yeah, for a second night, we're seeing protests over the death of Justin Robinson. He is the man who was shot and killed by D.C. police earlier this month after crashing a vehicle into a McDonald's.
Yeah, our Katie Lusso has been monitoring the situation in Southeast D.C. all night. And Katie, tell us what's happening out there right now.
Well, as you can see, things have definitely taken a turn out here. What we saw earlier in the night were peaceful protests, people chanting Justin Robinson's name. And I do want to mention, as we start this conversation, that Justin Robinson's family spoke through the Harriet's Dream organization and said they wanted anyone protesting in Justin's name to be peaceful. And that is what we saw going into this earlier tonight. But I want to bring you up to speed on what is happening right now. You can see police officers in riot gear. They have surrounded a group. We are outside of MPD's 7th district, and just in the last 10 minutes, police have confirmed to us that at least 3 people have been arrested, and this is all unfolding in really the last hour or so. So let's take you through what has been going on all night. So there was a protest out here, and you can see, actually, let's talk about this for a moment. This is what we've been seeing on and off throughout the evening. You can see police running towards the crowd out here as we speak, and they are taking some people into custody. So we do know that 3 people at this point have been arrested. We do see an officer over here shooting what appears to be some rubber bullets. So we're obviously continuing to monitor a very tense situation. But again, let's get back to what had been going on earlier tonight. So there was a protest here outside MPD's 7th district. Those protesters then walked over to the McDonald's where Justin Robinson was shot and killed by police last week. They chanted outside of the McDonald's, and then they made their way back up to MPD's 7th district. That was around 9:30 p.m. when they arrived here to the police station. Around 10 p.m. though, so for about 30 minutes, everything was pretty peaceful. A little bit of chanting, people standing around, talking to each other, hugging. But then at 10 p.m., a group started to climb on the fencing outside the police station. Officers started coming out, and that is when things started to get tense out here. The crowd throwing things, bottles, eggs at the officers. About 10 minutes after that, we started seeing officers showing up in riot gear. We saw police arriving in police cruisers. One of the groups chased the cop cars back, throwing stuff, banging on the cars. Again, we then saw even more officers arriving, all in riot gear, and they've been arresting people here and there. We have seen eggs being thrown and bottles being thrown. The group has been pushed back away from the police station, but as you can see, things remain very tense outside of the police station where we are, and this situation just continuing out here. So again, we are outside MPD's 7th district, and you can see people are in the street. They're holding up signs. The signs say things like, "I'm sleep, don't shoot." They say justice for Justin. They're talking about Justin Robinson. Again, this was supposed to be a peaceful protest. Things have taken a bit of a turnout here. We are continue to monitor this situation. At this point, all we know from DC police is that 3 people have been arrested. They said they worked to protect peaceful protesters, but that is not what was happening out here. We will again continue to bring you updates as we get them. In Southeast DC, I'm Katie Lusso. Back to you.
Yeah, Katie, as we watch what's happening behind you, we can only hope that this will de-escalate, and soon. And it looks like they're moving Katie and other folks away from that area to be safe, right, Katie?
Yeah, they're moving us back a bit, and it does look like they're about to make some more arrests. So we're going to show you kind of what's been going on. You can see the officers have just been continuing to line up. We did see an officer earlier going up to each of the officers individually and saying, "Hey, are you good? Are you okay to continue holding this line out here?" Just beyond where this line is, there is a crowd of people, and it does look like some officers are taking possibly someone into custody. It is hard to see because they do have a line of officers up. Yep, it does look like some of the people are being taken into custody. I see at least one woman is in handcuffs being led away, possibly 2 people. So they are continuing to take people into custody. Leslie?
It's Lorenzo here as well with you, Katie. This is also one of those tense situations where, yeah, you have these people out there protesting the police and their actions last weekend when it comes to Justin Robinson. But also they're trying to keep a lot of these protesters safe as well, allowing them to do what they are there to do on this night, which is to, one, protest and also grieve the death of their community member. But we've been seeing this play out throughout the night. They typically sort of back up until these officers are also provoked, and that's when they move in and make some of those arrests.
Yeah, it sounds like.
And that's what we heard from DC police too. They were saying that they want to allow people to protest peacefully, but it's when people start throwing the rocks and the bottles that this is what we started to see.
Yeah, and it sounds like this may be going on for some time. Again, we can only hope that there is some de-escalation here. And Katie, you all, please be safe out there, all right?